It's been many months away, but we're back for a prop shop episode. That's right, guys. We opened up the store today because we've got a special delivery inbound, and it's actually not that small. We're taking delivery of a new 52-foot Sunseeker yacht, so we're going to be picking that thing up today. We've got a brand new semi around the side and a nice trailer, so it's pretty cool. Nice little upgrade. We haven't had much going on since you guys last saw this, but yeah, we've been selling some boats. We got some new inventory, and today's the turning point for even more inventory. So first off, we've got a Volvo semi that's going to be pulling our new trailer. This is the Blackhawk trailer. It is 55 feet overall length. The boat might hang off just a touch, but yeah, we're hauling a 52-foot Sunseeker. Pretty nice size boat. They go for about $2 million retail, and you guys do know we're an official Sunseeker dealer, so we're going to go ahead and go pick up the newest model that they have for us. And we got some new boats on display. We are going to be launching this thing with the hoist. As you can see, you got the travel lift ready to roll, so as soon as we get this thing trucked in over here, we'll launch it, do some testing numbers, kind of get performance out of the machine, out of the boat, and then yeah, we'll probably haul it back out and shore it up. But one thing I wanted to do before we do go pick up the new boat is I do have the hydroplane ready to go. You guys know we've got the turbine powered race boat, the Alberto, and yeah, we're gonna go take this thing for a last spin. It is actually getting trucked across the country for race season, so we're gonna take it for a little bit of a quick joyride, haul it out of the water, and then we'll store it up ready for pickup from the race team next week. But let's jump on this thing. The turbine's spinning up. We get the race seat. All right, you guys know how this thing rolls. It creates an insane rooster tail. We're gonna wait till the temps warm up just a little bit. You want to make sure this thing is hot, and then we'll get going probably about 170. We're gonna do a couple laps to warm this baby up, but all right, we're cruising 2800 RPM. We're doing about 45 miles per hour. That's not even 20% of the capability of this thing. So all right, boys, I think we're good. Temps are already warming up pretty quick. Let's go ahead and let's lay into it a little bit and get this thing going to 150 miles an hour. All right, that's 150. Look at the rooster tail go. All right, we got turn 2 here. Let's bring it around turn 2. Oh yeah, we still got it. Good turn by me. I've been preparing because we have the World Cup upcoming in a few months, so we got to get ready for that. We have some preseason races. That's where the boat is being shipped to right now. But look at that, it just turned perfectly. We didn't roll the boat over. That's turn 1. That's a perfect execution of turning. But all right, guys, let's get this boat back in, hauled out for the season, and then we'll go grab some new inventory for the dealership. And I do have to say, if you guys like these boat videos, you want to see me do more even at this time of year, help me to hit the thumbs up button. That's the only way I'll know to keep making more. Oh yeah. All right, boys, let's get this thing craned onto the trailer. I'm gonna grab the forklift, and then we'll be good to store this thing in the shop for the meantime. There we go. We got to line this thing up perfectly. Looks good. All right, we got this thing set on the trailer perfectly. That'll be good for when this thing gets transported. We don't want it sitting on the trailer wrong, so we're gonna go grab the forklift, and we'll pull this thing into the back shop. But as you guys can see, we do have a pretty good amount of inventory from when we had the tail end of the season, because we haven't sold a lot. You guys know this is a pretty seasonal dealership, and a lot of people tend to buy towards the springtime and the summertime. Oh, while it's still warm in Isle of Echo, it's not the warmest of the season. So all right, let's grab the forklift, and then we'll be good to grab this thing. And I think we're gonna have to do some shuffling around too, because I don't know how we're gonna fit all this stuff. We got 2 Super Volus Lamborghini boats. I think we're gonna try and back these against the wall. And then this is another Super Volus trailer, so let's go ahead. We'll move this as much as we can to create space. We're gonna need a lot of it to fit the hydroplane in. Thing's pretty wide, so let's back this thing out first. Man, this forklift, we might have to upgrade. Oh, we've got the semi trailer behind us. Let's be careful of that. But I think we're gonna have to upgrade to a larger forklift for next boating season, judging by the amount of boats we have coming in, and then also for power. We're gonna need more power for these boats because they're super heavy, and you know, more power that we have, the easier it'll be. So all right, let's get this backed up into this business. I don't know how we're supposed to do this. It's a little tricky, especially with that semi trailer there. Let's move that real quick. We're gonna need to move around a lot of stuff, so might as well move it. I'm ready to jump in this thing too as soon as we take care of our little task. This thing's pretty nice too. Check out the Volvo interior, very clean, just a day cab. That thing will be ready to head out the door. So all right, let's back this trailer in, or I'm trying to think. Let's pull out some of the boats too, and we'll just leave this trailer here for now. Go ahead, drop it. Looks good. Do I dare to run first person moving trailers around? I think I might. Here we go. We're gonna leave the Formula where it's at. That thing's getting new outdrives put on it, so that's gonna stay there. But these Lamborghini boats, let's see, where are we gonna put these at? If we back them in maybe straight, having them angled kind of takes up more space, kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to pull the blue one over here and then back it in the corner, and that should work out a little better. And these things are 48 feet long, so they are long speedboats and they take up a lot of space. So, all right, we're almost onto the right side of that other boat. So let's make sure we start cranking it over. Looks good. All right, we got the blue one moved. The red one, we're going to shuffle over or actually kind of create some space like that. We're going to leave it right there. We'll have more than enough space to back in the hydroplane, and then we'll put that other trailer right there. So see, just by moving one little thing, it can create so much more space. It works out pretty cool. And I honestly think it's the most fun part of the job is moving all these little trailers around with this forklift. So, all right, next up is this trailer. Let's back this thing in right next to the blue boat. We don't need those things. They are for sale, and I don't think they'll sell anytime soon because they're very expensive. All right, boys, we've got the trailer here. Let's crank this thing over. Looks good. Check this out. I'm actually going to angle this too, right next to the red speedboat. It'll create even more space. We're really packing these things in, but now we're just going to drive to the side. All right, looks good. Drop it down. There you go. All right, let's go get the hydroplane, and I've got a little shortcut. Check this out. You can cut right behind the building. There's this little opening I left specifically for the forklift. Obviously, we have to go around with the boat, but it's kind of cool. That way we can access this side of the yard without having to go all the way around. All right, let's grab the hydroplane. Looks good right there. Perfect. Forgot to operate the beacons when we're in the yard. That's probably a safety hazard. We got to have those running. Oh, hold on. I almost just took out the left side of the trailer there. Hold on. Let's crank a little wider. But I was saying it's a safety hazard not having these beacons on. I just fired them all up. That way, if anyone's walking through the yard, they'll know we're operating equipment if they can't hear the loud beeping noise. All right, we've got our turn point right here. Looks good. We'll start swinging this thing around. I'll get this backed in, and then we'll be on the road with the semi-truck. And where we're picking up the Sunseeker, it's at a final prep assembly plant. We're going to load it on with a hoist. So they've got a hoist at their yard, and you're probably like, why don't you just launch it there? Well, the hoist doesn't have a ramp. They have a hoist just to move boats onto trailers, but there's no real way of actually launching the boat there. So that's why we got to bring it here, launch it at our special ramp that we have for the hoist. So yeah, all right, we've got the Alberto race boat here. Let's drop this thing. We'll park the forklift just inside. There you go. Close up the door. Might as well if there's any thieves that come through. But all right, let's jump in the semi finally after all, getting all of our chores done, and we'll be heading to pick up our new Sunseeker 52 Manhattan. It's kind of nice to have a new delivery day, we call it. I always like to get new products in. We sell a lot of different boats. I think we're up to 24 right now. So if we can get 25, that makes it a lot better. And I think we'll probably be closer to 30, 35 boat brands before the new season. So we have a lot of products, lots to choose from. Race boats, wake boats, jet skis. I mean, we've got everything. Yachts, Sunseeker, sport fish. I could go on and on. HCB, Freeman. It doesn't end. So, all right, guys, I'll see you at the pickup point. I think it's just down here. And we'll grab our new Sunseeker. All right, we are here. We're at the boat yard, they call it. This is a pretty cool spot, too. If we were to build a service shop, I'd probably have room over here, like a larger service shop, because we don't really have much space on our lot. I want to expand, but there's really nowhere to go other than this area. So, all right, we got our Sunseeker. There it is, boys. Check it out. We got a nice gray paint. The windows still have a wrap on it, so they're going to be like that till we peel it off because it's been shipped over on a freighter, and then the freighter kind of dropped it off here, right docked up, so pretty cool. We are going to pick it up with their hoist. They've got a nice boat lift right here. Same one as ours, same brand. So we know how to operate this thing. It's pretty simple. We want to line up the backside there because this boat has actually got an arch on it and a fly bridge. So we don't want to hit the tree either. Let's steer a little bit this way. Looks good. Don't hit our trailer. Perfect. And you want to line up the open part right there. This might actually be perfect. I don't know how they did this, but the wheels do turn pretty good. As you can see, I can walk this thing completely to the side with no problems. And then we want to watch that other hydroplane there. Clear the straps, and we can officially line this thing up now. It's just sitting on a couple of blocks, so we don't want to hit anything. It could tip the boat over, but all right. Now that we got this thing, we can throw the straps under it and lift it up officially. But there's the fly bridge. Pretty nice view. All right, we've got the straps positioned just under the boat. I think we are ready to lift this thing up. I do actually want to bring them in a little bit. There is some sliders. We can adjust these things. I want to bring back the front strap to right in this area, and then the back strap's pretty good. So let's go ahead. We'll adjust it back, and then this one we are going to leave right there. So, all right, I like that point to pick this thing up. Let's go ahead, lift it, and we'll be driving onto the trailer. All right, boys, we got the Sunseeker lifted off the ground. So check that out. Everything's adjusted how I like it, and we're going to go ahead and load this thing on the trailer. So obviously we have to drive forward because we've got blocks underneath us. So let's just just move this and then we'll back over the trailer. Actually, we are going to spin it around. So we're going to pull a quick little 360. We should be clear through here. Looks good. Let's just watch that tree and then we're going to back up just a little bit. There we go. But everything's working pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with how this Sunseeker fits in the lift. As you can see, it's like the perfect boat for this. So, all right, let's swing it around and it's going to be facing forward on the trailer to distribute the weight on the back of those trailer axles. But all right, let's line this thing up. Looks pretty center to me. We did a good job first try. All right, and we are going to drop as soon as the back end is positioned. So I think right there looks good. Let's go ahead and bring this thing on the trailer. Looks good, and we'll set it right there, boys. I think this thing's loaded. We'll clear the straps and then we'll get the boat ready to roll on the low loader trailer. All right, boys, we're putting the final straps on. There we go. And then probably do one in the bow. That looks good. This thing isn't going anywhere, but we got it on the trailer almost perfectly. We're going to get back to our facility, launch this thing, do some tests, and we'll see how this thing runs. It should run pretty good. It's a good express boat, so let's try and get it out of here. This is a pretty good pathway. As long as I don't hit any trees, we'll be good. There we go, swinging around. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, well, I'll see you when we get back to the prop shop. We'll launch this thing and see how it runs. All right, we made it back. That's a perfect fit for the front entrance there. I was a little worried on the beam of the boat, but we should be good. We're going to get this thing backed up to the hoist, lined up perfectly. It's moving around a little bit back there. I think it's ready to go in the water. So as long as I line this thing up, we should have no issues launching it. Like I said, we've got that arch right there. So we are actually going to have to spin this thing around. It may seem a little interesting, but we're going to be launching it backwards because the hoist isn't tall enough for that arch on the boat. So that's the main reason we're doing it this way, backwards. All right, we're centered. Now let's go jump in the hoist and we'll get this thing launched in the water. All right, boys, check it out. So we're going to stop as soon as we get to this point right there, the arch on the back. So you can see I would hit it right there and take that thing off. We don't want to do that because it's very expensive. So let's go ahead. We'll get this thing lifted up and into the water. All right, guys, we got it launched here. This thing is cruising pretty good. We do have to have some break-in hours in order to get max RPM. So as you can see, we're going to cruise at about 15 knots. That's about max we can get until we want to full speed test this thing. So I did not know that, but it actually runs pretty good. It's a nice cabin cruiser. As you can see, it turns on a dime, and we're going to go see how the dock portion of this test is. I do have a slip open, but we are going to go on the west side of the slips here. So we're going to see if the thrusters on this boat are really good. We got to watch the bridge in front of us, obviously, and then we can kind of back it in. So watch this. You bow in right to the front of that bridge, and then look at the platform. That is close. We're going to be docking it next to the Viking yacht, as you can see, in between the Freeman too. So let's do our best. We're going to bow it in. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. We do have bow and stern thrusters on this, so it does make it a little bit easier, but we want to go all the way back and then kind of turn in here underneath the bridge. Oh my gosh. All right, look at that. The slip is a perfect fit too. Oh, watch the dock on the right side there, but let's go ahead and make sure we got this thing lined up as best as we can. And there you go. We got the bow hanging over the front with the anchor, but this thing's pretty big compared to the Viking. We've got the Viking 80 right here, and this thing's pretty good size, but this is a very tall topside boat, as you can see, so the cleats are high. But yeah, we get the HCB. We actually get a new boat slip for the 100 Sunseekers right here. So once we get some more in, we'll update you guys. Hope you did enjoy us picking up some new inventory, and we had a little bit of fun messing around with the semi and the hoist. So thanks guys for watching. A little throwback to the prop shop. If you did enjoy, hit the thumbs up button down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.